Hi everyone. Today we have Aditya who has got AIR 13 in Gate DA 2024. Aditya is our course enrolled student. He is complete course enrolled and he is enrolled. He has enrolled last year, which we offered last year Gate DA course. And DA was the first introduced branch or first introduced stream in Gate last year itself. And we launched the course and Aditya joined the course and Aditya got AIR 13. Many congratulations to Aditya. So, Aditya, how are you feeling, and how were you feeling just after the result was declared?
Uh, First of all, thank you, sir.
Thank
And
you.
I would like to say, first of all, I would like to, give a due credit to goclasses for their help. I don't think whatever I achieved would have been possible with that.
Thank you.
About how I felt, honestly, Gunato, I was slightly disappointed. I was hoping for under 10. And I mean, if you see the mark distribution, I think top 10 ranks, the topper was way ahead. Everyone else was with 5 mark range.
Your voice is, I think, little breaking, Aditya.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, it is little better. Yeah.
No, I was just saying कि थोड़ा disappointment because I was hoping कि if I get top 10 then. But eventually I realized कि 13 is not bad.
No, it's too good. It's too good actually. Yes. Okay. So, what was your marks? Matlab, instead of the rank we already know. So, what was your marks?
So my marks was I think 77.73 and my gate score was 904.
Okay, okay. So 77.73, it was your absolute marks for Gate D. Okay, great. That's really too much good. 77 in machine learning examination, which means Gate D examination. It is really, really very good. So, once you came out of the exam hall, were you expecting that, okay, you will be getting that much marks, or you were expecting more marks, less marks? So, what was your mind state after the exam hall and before the exam hall also? Yeah.
Before the exam hall, I was more confident. I think after leaving the exam hall, I think and credit to Gate Go classes for that as well because I think we would conducted mocks and I did well in the mocks, so I was feeling more confident. Uh, after the exams, ऐसा होता है आपके एग्जाम में some questions you're not sure of. तो मेरे दिमाग में बस वो 2-3 questions चल रहे थे जिनका मेरे को लग रहा था कि 50-50 है. एंड मैंने चेक किया तो दोनों दोनों गलत हो गए थे मुझे थोड़ा बुरा ही लग रहा था.
राइट राइट, बुरा लगता है हाँ.
हाँ but over a few days I realized कि ठीक है I've done well मतलब it should be okay. I was
Right, right.
expecting a good.
Okay, okay. So, have you studied machine learning before or mathematics before, or that was your very first time studying machine learning or mathematics course? Have you studied machine learning before?
I haven't studied much for this one first time. Math back in engineering but I wasn't very good at it.
Which year pass out you are?
I passed out in 2016, so
2016.
it was a big break for me
Oh, okay.
for after
So,
study.
yeah, it's almost 7 to 8 years, right?
Yes, yes.
अच्छा,
This is the
8
first time
साल
I'm
में.
entering.
ओके, आपने कोई मैथमेटिक्स का कोर्स नहीं किया
Hmm.
ड्यूरिंग दीज 8 इयर्स?
Hmm.
ओके, ओके. सो दैट्स रियली ग्रेट. मतलब गेट डी अनाउंस हुआ, उसके बाद आई थिंक 4-5 महीने मिले. एंड आपको मशीन लर्निंग का मतलब थोड़ा तो आइडिया होगा ना कि मतलब
Hmm.
सिंस यू गॉट टॉप रैंक, सो वर यू हैविंग द आइडिया कि लीनियर रिग्रेशन, लॉजिस्टिक रिग्रेशन, या फिर थोड़े बहुत जो एल्गोरिथम्स होते हैं कैसे काम करते हैं, या फिर कुछ भी आइडिया नहीं था?
Sir, नाम पता था, but the math of it was very new for me. So
ओह, नाइस.
it was all I was studying it for the first time.
Okay, okay, great. Understood, understood. Cool. So, that's really nice. Actually, as you said that before the exam you were confident. So that's why I just asked this question because in just 4-5 months you got so much of boost up, like from zero to top rank, or from 0 to 77 marks. So that's why I asked this question, that were you having mathematical background or were you having machine learning background, something. But that's fine. Okay.
तो probability statistics आती थी थोड़ी बहुत तो उससे I
अच्छा.
felt more confident कि
Okay.
वो भी बहुत basic level but I think the lectures really helped me in that sense. Before the DA exam I was also preparing for the CS exam. DA. I had
अच्छा.
decided कि maybe I'll sit for the gate. So I was preparing for the CS exam. And usme I had seen your lectures in linear algebra, probability, statistics, and those really helped me. मतलब, I really appreciate the linear algebra lectures and probability lectures because आप लोग का approach which is very, ground up focused. आप एकदम हर concept को लेते हैं and you discuss it in detail, do a lot of problems. So that really helped clarify a lot of concepts and gave me the confidence कि if I take up ML, so it will be mostly probability statistics, math तो मैं कर लूँगा, basis.
Got it. Okay. So you are saying कि आपको थोड़ा probability का idea था, and then with GATE CSE LA and probability from Go classes, you got a little more, I can say, मतलब influence कि यार this is something that you really like, and then you think that okay, at that right moment GATE DA came very first time, and then you thought that okay, why not to switch for GATE DA?
Yes. In fact, I did not even register for the CS exam because I want to keep my focus very clear. Okay. And
Wow.
because MTech, I was interested in MTech करना, so I was interested in AI. So I was like, I will not sit for CS. I'll keep my preparation focus for DA because first time or not a lot of people switch, so it will help me if I focus.
Great. It's really true inspiration, because the reason is that because you were so much single focused that हाँ gate DA ही करना है, and you have not even filled gate CSE. This is really मतलब something different which generally I don't get to hear. क्योंकि मतलब लोग कर ही देते हैं कि हाँ ठीक है, गेट डीए या गेट सीएसई इज माय प्राइमरी फोकस, मतलब वॉट एवर वन ऑफ द एग्जाम इज माय प्राइमरी फोकस, एंड अदर एग्जाम आई विल एनीवे फिल बिकॉज गेट इज अलाउइंग बेसिकली, सो व्हाई नॉट टू फिल इट. बट यू आर वेरी मच श्योर कि आपको यही करना है, तो आपने वही फिल किया. दैट्स रियली ग्रेट. Okay. So in which month you started GATE CSE preparation, and then in which month you thought that okay, now let's just switch to GATE DA?
So I think so, I started preparing for GATE CSE about December 2022. I think at that time I decided कि I'll start
Okay.
preparing to थोड़ा बहुत इधर उधर से lectures देखने start किए थे. उस वक्त I was just toying with the idea because I was working in a very different field. I decided कि maybe I want to switch.
अच्छा.
तो तब मैंने वो start किया था. GATE DA का तो I found out when the notification came out. I think August में they announced.
हाँ. Right.
And I think in September I started prepping. Okay, I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna focus on this paper exactly. क्योंकि तब तक I think I realized there are only two subjects I need to learn specifically, ML and AI.
True.
उन पे focus करूंगा. बाकी math and वो तो लगभग for in the CS preparation it got covered. तो वैसा.
Nice, nice. So, this linear algebra and probability you have covered before August. I mean August 2023, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. You
That helped
completely
me make
covered
the
gates,
decision. Yeah.
right? Okay. That helped you to make decision also. Okay. So, you completely covered gate CSE syllabus. Obviously, gate DA was not even announced at that time. So, gate CSE linear algebra probability you covered, right?
हाँ मतलब इतना नहीं कि मैं CS के एग्जाम के लिए कॉन्फिडेंट होता मतलब I would have had to do
हाँ, but
multiple
interest आ गया.
revisions and yeah but इतना था कि I know कि it won't take me long इनको revise करने में I can focus on these subjects.
गॉट इट, गॉट इट, गॉट इट. तो उससे कॉन्फिडेंस आ गया कि हाँ मतलब दिस इज समथिंग. ओके. यहाँ पे मैं एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहूंगा, हो सकता है बायस्ड क्वेश्चन हो, कि गो क्लासेस के जो आपके लीनियर अलजेब्रा प्रोबेबिलिटी लेक्चर आपने सीएससी के लिए देखे थे, वर दे मतलब हाउ मच गुड और बैड दे आर, मतलब क्या वो बेसिक को हिट करते हुए बिल्डअप कर रहे थे, या फिर एक फॉर्मूला रट के, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल की मैट्रिक्स दे दिया, रैंक निकालो, मतलब बस डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला लगा दो, डायरेक्ट प्रोसेस प्रोसेस लगा दो, या फिर एक बेसिक बिल्डिंग था उसमें लेक्चर्स में?
So to answer this question I think I'd like to contrast कि मैं और क्या materials यूज कर था prepare करने के लिए. So एक जब मैंने शुरू किया था तो I had heard about MIT के गिलबर्ट स्टाइन के lectures तो मैं वो भी देखता था.
गिलबर्ट
तो
स्टाइन.
हाँ
ओके, ग्रेट, ग्रेट.
पर उनमें एक ये प्रॉब्लम थी कि मतलब एज अ बिगिनर जिसको बहुत एक्सपोजर नहीं था तो थोड़ा कभी कभार टफ हो जाता था फॉलो करने में और कभी कभार डिफिकल्टी आती थी. तो जब मैंने आपके लेक्चर्स देखे तो आई थिंक दैट वाज द वन थिंग कि यू नो यू गो क्लासेस में इनफैक्ट मैंने जितने कोर्सेज देखे हैं यू बोथ यू एंड दीपक सर यू टेक ग्रेट पेन्स हर एक कॉन्सेप्ट को. दीपक सर तो लिटरली 3-4 बार
हाँ,
और
वो रिपीट कर देते हैं, राइट.
हाँ वो हमेशा रिपीट करते हैं और बहुत एग्जाम्पल्स हैं तो मतलब
हाँ, एग्जैक्टली.
डाउट की गुंजाइश नहीं छोड़ते एक तरीके से. मतलब मेनली ये स्लो होता है कभी कभार मुझसे वीडियोस बहुत ज्यादा देखे नहीं जाते तो मैं स्किप करने लगता हूँ. तो मेरा वो इशू था बट आई नो कि अगर मैं तमीज से बैठ के आपका सारा लेक्चर्स देख लूँ तो वो टॉपिक तो बहुत अच्छे से क्लियर हो जाए. मेरी वो स्ट्रगल थी कि बैठ के पूरा लेक्चर देख क्योंकि मैं
Right.
पेशेंट थोड़ा सा,
Got it.
बट
Okay.
इट वाज वेरी वेल कवर्ड। एंड वही मैं बोल रहा था कि एमआईटी के लेक्चर्स या कहीं के कॉलेज के लेक्चर्स थोड़े उतने एग्जाम्पल्स नहीं यूज करते जो आप लोग यूज करते हैं, वेरी हेल्पफुल व्हेन वी आर लर्निंग।
राइट राइट, एक्चुअली दैट इज द डिफरेंस। मैंने जो लीनियर जेब्रा पढ़ाया है या फिर जो प्रोबेबिलिटी पढ़ाया है वो एमआईटी से ही पढ़ाया है। लीनियर जेब्रा का पूरा मैंने पहले गिलबर्ट रस्टन सर के लेक्चर्स देखे हैं। आई थिंक उनके जितने भी गेट रिलेवेंट लेक्चर्स है वो मैंने मल्टीपल टाइम्स देखे हैं। और आपने अगर नोटिस किया हो कि अगर आपने इफ यू एवर गेट चांस टू आई मीन वॉच दोज गिलबर्ट रस्टन सर लेक्चर्स, एमआईटी लेक्चर्स, देन यू माइट हैव नोटिस कि ये सब मैंने मतलब लेक्चर में कवर किया है। Like I have taken the whole inspiration from Gilbert Estein himself.
या
So he is actually my inspiration, to be honest. मतलब he is too much good. मतलब उनके बारे में तो मैं काफी बोल सकता हूँ, but this interview is regarding your preparation. But हाँ, मतलब I will like to actually मैंने एक LinkedIn पे भी पोस्ट शेयर किया था। He recently got retired from MIT
क्या
at the age of 88, and after you won't believe he joined MIT age 22 at the age of 22 for his studying, and then later on he joined as a professor. बट हाँ, उन्होंने पढ़ाई के लिए अपनी स्टडी के लिए 22 की एज में एमआईटी ज्वाइन किया, एंड ही लेफ्ट एमआईटी एट द एज ऑफ 88। सो 66 years of his life was spent at MIT. So he's like extremely good, and he is very much inspiration for everyone, every mathematician, every machine learning scientist, and he is like very popular also. सो हाँ, मैंने उनके लेक्चर से इंस्पिरेशन ली है। बट एज यू सेड कि एक जो गेट रिलेवेंट अप्रोच है उसमें क्या होता है कि फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मुझे ax इक्वल टू जीरो लीनियर सिस्टम ऑफ सॉल्यूशंस उनका बताना है, या वेक्टर स्पेस पढ़ाना है, नल स्पेस पढ़ाना है, तो गिलबर्ट सर के लेक्चर्स में क्या होगा कि वो बस पढ़ाएंगे, और सिंस द ऑडियंस इज एमआईटी ऑडियंस, सो दे डोंट नीड एग्जांपल्स, राइट ना, मतलब they are in MIT, so that's the difference. We are here like, and we are not in MIT, so maybe that has to be some difference. So since they're in MIT, they don't need examples and these things. They're too good. Like I have been to ISC, so I know that ISC में ही मतलब इतने brilliant minds होते हैं, तो MIT में तो मतलब I can't even imagine. So they don't need those examples. But हाँ, obviously गेट एस्पिरेंट्स तो बिगनर की तरह प्रिपेयर करते हैं उनको, तो मतलब इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम ही आपको पता है कि किस टाइप से है, कि इतना अच्छे से मतलब इंजीनियरिंग कराया नहीं जाता, तो उनको तो बहुत ही बिगनिंग से पढ़ाना पड़ता है। और हम लोगों ने उसी हिसाब से, जैसे आप बोल रहे हो कि एक कंसेप्ट लिया, उसके ऊपर 10 एग्जाम्पल्स एकदम बेसिक बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक से पढ़ाया था, राइट। Do you remember any any यूरेका मोमेंट और एनी वाव मोमेंट की, हाँ ये लेक्चर देखा तो मजा आ गया? कोई भी लेक्चर, आइदर इट इज मशीन लर्निंग लेक्चर और इट इज डीबीएमएस लेक्चर, इट इज इंजीनियरिंग मैथमेटिक्स लेक्चर, कोई भी ऐसा, कोई भी कंसेप्ट ऐसा आपको याद है?
एक मुझे याद है, वो एक्चुअली दीपक सर ने प्रोबेबिलिटी में पढ़ाया था, एंड दैट इज कि in fact it's not one lecture but actually it's about the organization of lectures, which
राइट।
is उन्होंने प्रॉब्लम में एक बहुत कॉमन क्वेश्चंस होते हैं ना, इन काउंटिंग द नंबर ऑफ वेज इन बॉक्सेस में कितने तरीके से अरेंज हो सकता है।
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
तो उन्होंने एक बहुत अच्छा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन दिया था उसको कि डिस्टिंग्विशेबल ऑब्जेक्ट्स, डिस्टिंग्विशेबल बॉक्सेस, आइडेंटिकल ऑब्जेक्ट्स, डिस्टिंग्विशेबल बॉक्सेस। तो उन्होंने ऐसे करके उस, वैसे तो हजारों प्रॉब्लम होते हैं बट उन्होंने उनको उस कॉन्सेप्चुअली उसको ऐसे 4 टॉपिक्स में बांट दिया था, और उसका एक कॉमन अप्रोच बताया था कि अगर ये इस क्लास ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स को फिट होता है तो इसको ऐसे अप्रोच करते हैं, ये इस
राइट।
क्लास। तो वो मेरे लिए एकदम यूरेका मोमेंट था कि मतलब एक मेटा अंडरस्टैंडिंग इस टॉपिक का, कि आप
हाँ।
प्रॉब्लम मत सॉल्व करने जाओ, आप ये अंडरस्टैंड करो कि किस कॉन्सेप्ट को बिलोंग करता है, फिर अपने आप वो आ जाए। तो वो मुझे बहुत पसंद आया
ग्रेट।
तरीका
यस।
सोचने
awesome. So basically like ये टेम्पलेट्स हैं, तो आपका कोई भी क्लास ऑफ प्रॉब्लम है तो वन ऑफ द इसमें वन ऑफ द टेम्पलेट में फिट होगा, एंड देन यू अप्लाई योर लॉजिक आफ्टर दैट, वंस यू रियलाइज कि हाँ ये प्रॉब्लम इस टाइप का प्रॉब्लम है। सो यस,
की।
आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। ओके, ग्रेट।
Yeah.
awesome. ओके, सो एनीथिंग फ्रॉम मशीन लर्निंग इफ यू रिमेम्बर, मतलब कोई भी ऐसा टॉपिक जो आपको एकदम मजा आया हो?
मशीन लर्निंग, द होल ऑफ इट वाज वेरी न्यू फॉर मी। तो मुझे हर एक टॉपिक मतलब यूरेका मोमेंट क्या, पूरा कोर्स यूरेका मोमेंट सीधा मेरे लिए। तो द नाइव बेस मुझे व्हेन प्रगति सर taught it, तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा था। मतलब
राइट राइट राइट।
बहुत आसानी से समझ में आता। तो आई वाज वेरी ग्लैड कि इट्स नॉट एन इजी टॉपिक, द वे ही वेंट अबाउट इट। एक दो बार लेक्चर देख के जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग आई, आई वाज वेरी हैप्पी।
Awesome. Great, great. So आपने machine learning के लिए have you referred anything else apart from Go classes or the Go classes was the main source and I mean छोटा मोटा तो refer करते ही हैं इधर उधर but what was your main I mean source of study for machine learning?
ऑनेस्टली इट वाज जस्ट द लेक्चर्स, क्योंकि वो बाकी मशीन लर्निंग का उन्होंने तो जो बुक्स भी दिए थे वो जब पढ़ते थे तो बहुत एडवांस, शायद बिशप क्रिस बिशप की पैटर्न ये किताब बहुत एडवांस लगता था, तो मोस्ट ऑफ द मटेरियल जो थोड़ा भी मैथ में डील करता था मशीन बहुत एडवांस लगता था। तो आई जस्ट फॉलोड द कोर्स में, अभी के लिए इतना काफी होता है, क्योंकि एनीवे
Right.
कोर्स में भी दे weren't compromising on the depth of the subject, तो आई
Exactly.
stuck to it. So
Right.
thank you.
Right. Right. So actually, I want to tell to all the viewers that last year we just offered one of the subject which was machine learning. I mean, the GATE CSE subjects was already there. Linear algebra probability ये तो था ही, DBMS भी था, and data structure algorithm ये तो था ही. But इसके अलावा जो machine learning and AI जो GATE DA में नया एडिशन था, उसमें हमने machine learning पढ़ाया था और AI में बस एक टॉपिक पढ़ाया था, A स्टार एल्गोरिथम, जो कि अंजलि ने एक लेक्चर लिया था. तो हाँ, like coming to the machine learning was taught by Vishal sir and Pragati sir. Both are from IISc. But this year, I and Deepak are going to take whole Gate DA, just like Gate CSE. So the Gate DA course this time will be having lot of examples and like I mean everything will be crystal clear covered. So last year also it was covered. But if there was some topic that we feel that okay we can improve or we can add more examples, so this time we will be doing that. Okay. So, Aditya, like as you are saying that it was new. I mean, machine learning was new for you. So, have you felt that our course was, matlab machine learning is actually very mathematical rigorous. As you already know, you are topper, so you know how depth or how much depth of machine learning is. At least for the gate DA, you already know. So, have you felt that our course was not ML? I mean, math rigorous, or our course was math rigorous or something like that? Or what is your feedback about for example linear regression, logistic regression, because these are the very first topic that anyone study in machine learning. So जब आपने पहली बार पढ़ा तो आपको कैसा लगा जब विशाल सर ने पढ़ाया था?
सर ऑनेस्टली बहुत डर लगा था तो पहली बार पढ़ के, क्योंकि
Right.
द कोर्स वाज वेरी मैथ रिगरस एंड एक बार के लिए तो देख के लगा कि शायद नहीं हो पाएगा से, बट आई रियलाइज कि the one thing I'm very grateful to the both of them is कि they kept the integrity of the course in the sense कि उन्होंने जो पढ़ाया ना, I expect that if I do actually give this exam and go MTech program for machine learning in any good college जहाँ भी मुझे मिले, this is what I have to expect कि math heavy होगा ही, and at least उन्होंने जब कोचिंग में उन्होंने पढ़ाया तो I know कि ये expect करना, तो I have a fair idea कि what I'm going in. You're right कि टाइम कम था, 4 महीने थे, they also
हाँ.
had to prepare on the fly, और टाइम नहीं था कि they could give examples, and given कि आप will be taking a year to prepare this course, I'm sure the depth will be much greater, the examples and the clarity of concepts will be much greater. एक पेपर भी निकल चुका तो हमें पता है कैसा क्या एक्सपेक्ट करना है, so all of that will help, and this year definitely it will be a major improvement in what you offer in the course. But I think what they offered for the first time, I don't have any complaints. So I really enjoyed the course, and I feel it did justice to what is expected in a program in machine.
Okay, okay. Yes. Yeah, you are right. Actually, in any of our course, we don't compromise with the quality. So I have also seen all of those lectures, the machine learning lectures that last year Vishal and Pragati took. So I initially I thought that it will be too much mathematical heavy. Then I talked to them that okay, it is going to be heavy. So I mean, I remember I was talking to Vishal. So Vishal said कि यार मैथ तो आएगा ही ना, मतलब क्या कर सकते हैं, मैथ तो पढ़ाना ही पड़ेगा. तो आई वाज ऑल्सो लाइक कि हाँ यार पढ़ाना तो पड़ेगा, मतलब अगर ऐसा नहीं कर सकते ना कि ऊपर ऊपर से निकाल दो, बोल दो कि ये डेफिनेशन है, ये फॉर्मूला लगा दो. दैट इज नॉट हाउ यू कैन क्रैक गेट डीए, है ना. तो मैथ तो आएगा ही उसमें. वी कांट कॉम्प्रोमाइज विद द मैथमेटिक्स. एंड मुझे याद है कि विशाल ने जब लीनियर रिग्रेशन के, लॉजिस्टिक रिग्रेशन के पहली बार मैंने जब उनके लेक्चर देखे थे, जनरली ही कम अप विद द ब्लैंक स्लाइड. ओके. एंड ही जनरली ड्राइव एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम द स्क्रैच. सो दैट अप्रोच आई रियली लाइक कि हाँ मतलब आप जो भी स्टूडेंट पूछ रहे हैं उस हिसाब से आप लेक्चर का फ्लो, ही जनरली ड्राइव द फ्लो ऑफ द लेक्चर बेस्ड ऑन द व्हाट स्टूडेंट आर डिमांडिंग. सो दैट वाज रियली नाइस ऑफ हिम. And similarly for Pragati, I remember this, as you mentioned, for knife base. So I remember Pragati was discussing with me about knife base, especially about the Laplace smoothing that we have in the knife base. So हमारा discussion भी हुआ था, and Pragati generally take examples, right? I mean, for every concept he took the examples, and he was making sure that everyone understand the concepts, and he was also very active on the Telegram. So in the Telegram group also he was replying, so it was also very nice of him. So हाँ, मतलब लास्ट ईयर इट वाज वेरी शॉर्ट अनाउंसमेंट कि उन्होंने अगस्त या सितंबर में अनाउंस किया था गेट वालों ने. एंड वी like obviously no one was ready, like it was very much surprise for everyone, for all the teachers, for all the coachings, for all the students, for everyone it was very much surprise. But still we thought that okay, let's take this as a challenge, let's teach this year itself, like why to wait for the next year. But we know that if we teach all of the syllabus, okay, I mean, for example, if we teach linear algebra, that is not in the gate CSE. I mean, apart from gate CSE, there are extra topics like vector space, subspace, and these things. So if we teach those kind of things, then it will take too much of time, and we don't have that much time, of time. So somewhere we have to figure out practically that okay, this much we can teach in that much time, so that a student can grasp it smoothly. So see, if we teach everything in just 4 months, it will be I think too much, hosh posh for the students also. So that's why we decided that okay, this year we will just focus on one subject which is very 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 important, which is machine learning. And we will make sure that this machine learning is understood to everyone. And obviously every other subject like linear algebra, probability, DBMS, and data structures, algorithm, these things we already covered in gate CSE. But whatever was a little bit topic here and there, we already mentioned that we won't be covering. But yeah, this year, for the gate 2025, this year we are covering every small topic. So let me just show you on the screen, that let me just share my screen, and let me just show you that we are teaching every small topic that is there in the gate DA. So for example, let me just share my screen in just a second, if you allow me. Yeah. So basically, I'm just quickly, telling you that okay, this year what we have in our gate DA. So for example, currently I'm taking linear algebra. So we started with the vector space. Okay. I mean, apart from gate CSE, for the gate DA, we started with the vector space, and we are covering everything. What is a vector space? And then for example, is this a vector space? So is this sided part is a vector space? This is not a vector space. Why it is not a vector space? Is this a vector space? Is this a vector space? So we are giving a very crystal clear idea for everyone that what is a vector space. And then many questions. And as you can see that again, my inspiration is Gilbert Stein. So I took a screenshot from his book only, his lectures only. So all the material that I'm referring is from Gilbert Stein himself. So yeah, so as you can see, there are many questions just based on the definition of the vector space. So that, because these are the new topic for the student, so we want to make sure that these are very much clear for every of the student. So for example, this is the vector space, vector, I mean, many questions. This is true false question. This is again, then what is the subspace? Then for the subspace, there was another set of slides. So as you can notice that just one lecture of 2 hours has spent in the just definition of the vector space and with definition of the subspace. And then we took the next lecture. Okay, we took the next lecture that was just for the definition of as I can tell you, definition of basis span, these things. For example, okay, before the before the second lecture, I mean, I asked a few of the questions from the lecture one, just like for example, are these the subspace? Because since it is not passing through the origin, it is not the subspace, and so on. So I know you might be bored, but I don't want to discuss these
No, sir.
technical things. Yeah, I just want to convey that this year we are covering everything from very much scratch, very much depth. For example, everything is from either Gilbert Stein or from the standard universities like Berkeley University and these things. So we are also putting the references. So, and many questions, okay, just based on the definition of the thing, many questions are being there. And then let's suppose I'm starting basis and span of the vector space. Then just for this topic I spend one lecture in just two definition, because I need to give many examples, like for example, true false question. And for example, many question, this is true false question, this is true false question, many question. And then what is the dimension of vector space and these things, like I mean, for the dimension and the definition of basis spent, I spent just one lecture. Otherwise, like I could have told this in half an hour, but I know this is something which is basic building block. So if I don't get this clear in the student's mind, then maybe this is a problem for future lectures. So I want to make sure that everything is crystal clear. As you are already topper, so you know that how much these things, these basics are important for any subject like machine learning and linear algebra itself, right?
Yeah.
Right. So similarly, just for the column space and null space, I spent one lecture. So just one last thing that I want to show you. Like for example, that this the lecture 3 for column space, null space, and here also like multiple examples, like this question. And recently they have asked one question from the subspace and gate da. So solve that question in the lecture itself, so that the student get more confidence. And actually I asked student to solve these kind of questions, because after solving many questions, and not just gate questions, I'm taking the questions from IIT JAM mathematics. So this is a question that I've taken from IIT JAM mathematics. So from wherever I'm finding the good question, I'm taking those questions. So it is like a bundle of questions just for the very small topic. So we are covering just the definition. Let's suppose vector space, definition of dimension of vector space, definition of basis span. Just for one small definition, we are covering in so much good detail, so that the mathematics become a cakewalk for the students. As you can see this question I have taken just based on the definition of subspace. Okay. So and this is a standard question, IIT JAM mathematics question, and similarly this is gate da question, and then many questions. Okay. So for example, this is a question that I have taken from IIT Kanpur. Okay. And for example, there are many questions. This is a question I've taken from Berkeley University. So what I'm trying to say here is that we are covering every topic in a very good depth this year. Like for example, column space and null space, this is a new topic we have started, for example. And then the basic understanding of these topics, and then geometric understanding of these topics. And then obviously, like the questions like do many questions like this, that find the basis of the null space, or find the null space of this matrix, and like that. So many questions we are covering, that too from a standard university. So, and also we are covering like every small things, like do elementary row operation affect the row space or not, do elementary row operation affect the column space or not. Whatever question that gate da can cover, we are already covering, so that students get crystal clear understanding. So now you can see that this just one lecture have too many examples, and it is having 82 slides. So now you can understand how much effort in just one lecture we are putting to make sure that student get to understand everything very much clearly. And yeah, so for example, this question is from MIT. So maybe the font is little less, but yeah, this question is from MIT, as you can see. So we are taking the questions from standard universities and these things already. Yeah. Okay. So I was just telling you that yeah, this year we are covering many examples, and whole machine learning and every other topic will be covered in such a way that student understand everything, just like Gate CSE. So by the way, you might be knowing that in Gate CSE we are getting AIR 1 this year. Piyush is our complete course enrollment. Yeah. Okay.
It's expected, sir. Given the quality of the lecture, right? It's no surprise. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now I can hear. Yeah.
No, I was just thinking it's no surprise. You guys do a very thorough job. Whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So Aditya, since it was last year, it was very first announced. So I want to ask you that what was your approach of solving questions? Because there was less questions last year, and we also have not launched test series, weekly quizzes, these things we have not launched last year. So how you got comfortable with solving the question? Yeah, we launched the mock test, the final mock test we launched, but the rigorous test series we have not launched, because it was very short time. Obviously, like it was very short time for everyone, and just like any other coaching, we don't want to do it. Many coachings might have launched their test series and these things in just hurry, but obviously it is go classes. We either launch it with the quality, or we don't do it. It is always binary. If we are doing something, that has to be done with the perfection, otherwise we won't be doing it. It's just like that for us. So that's why we were not able to launch, because we know that we want to be able to do the justice in that just 4 5 months. So what was your approach of solving questions last year?
Sir, actually, if I were to say, I think that's one aspect of my preparation I feel I lacked on. What I focused on was making sure that I have conceptual clarity, so that एक level of I was trusting in my problem solving ability, and I was making sure that I know the concepts well. And if I know the concepts well, maybe then I can tackle problems when I see them in the exam. So that's what happened ki during the exam, because I did not have a lot of problem solving practice, I feel गेट में थोड़ा नर्वसनेस रहता है तो आई स्पेंट मोर टाइम ऑन प्रॉब्लम्स मेकिंग श्योर कि मैं आई एम नॉट मेकिंग सिली मिस्टेक्स तो टुवर्ड्स द एंड आई फेल्ट अ बिट रश्ड तो वो मेरे को लगता है कि दैट दैट डिड हैम्पर मी अ लिटिल बिट कि आई प्रैक्टिस problems a lot. I focused on conceptual clarity. Baki, yeah, I think I just relied on the tests. यहाँ पे ML MLAI में I did not practice a lot, but the other topics you have your individual. I was enrolled in the test series, so you have your weekly tests, and I made sure that I've done every topic multiple times. I'm very comfortable. MLAI I left for that day, knowing the concepts. No one knows what sort of questions will come. They weren't very difficult actually. They did not test very in depth, so it was okay in that
God.
sense.
Okay, so you are saying that apart from MLAI, the topics that were remaining that were common to most of the topics are common to Gate
Yes.
CSE. So you took the reference from Gate CSE weekly quiz, Gate CSE test series, our test series weekly quiz. You attempted those and you practiced from them. And for MLAI, you haven't done much practice, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay. And you have attempted our mock test that we have launched
Yes.
in January.
I did both. I think two mock tests were
Yes,
there.
yes. Okay, okay, great. So were you scoring good in those mock tests or you you were scoring less?
I think I got AR1 in both of them, or at least.
Oh wow! Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. You were AIR one. Wow. Okay.
I mean, I AR बोलना सही नहीं है. It was a mock test. But yeah, I think I was one in both of them, or yeah, I think both.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
that gave
That's
me some confidence as to, my preparation is okay.
that's great. Okay. So yeah, that is definitely a booster to the confidence that yeah, your preparation is good. So, but what do you suggest for the aspirants? Let's suppose they are not getting good marks, and either I mean, either let's suppose in the weekly test or in the test series or in the mock test, let's suppose they are not getting good marks. So, do you suggest them to give up or something, or I mean, what do you suggest? Basically, I want to ask from you.
The Go classes weekly tests, so I also did well. I mean, because I think, and I saw a lecture with Deepak sir where he mentioned that the idea of the weekly test is to do well because you put difficult questions. It's very
Right.
like, so that your concepts get challenged to really think about it. So, weekly tests, my only objective was ki, I would not score well, but it point out areas where I need to focus my preparation, attempt it again, and make sure अगली बार दो तीन बार जब कर रहा हूँ, तो then by the end of it, I'm comfortable with the problems. For the mock tests, I feel इस बार तो DA में उतने थे नहीं because they
Hmm.
were towards the end. But I think mock tests, what I've heard from other people who are also preparing, and I use that approach, is that the idea of the mock test is to prepare for the finals. So to give it seriously and then just to focus on, like the analysis is more important than the result. What areas are you lacking? So that helped me. That made me realize that Python is like how to, coding was also new for me. Just to focus on Python and some areas in MLAI that I'm missing, and DSA. So that's how I use the mock test.
Right, got it. Okay, amazing. So you are saying that in weekly quizzes also you were not getting too good marks, but yeah, you focus on the analysis most of the time. Okay, okay, great, got it. So during the preparation, because it was very much the first exam, first time Gate has launched. So during the preparation, have you felt that okay, is it the right right plan to prepare for Gate DA, or you are trapped? I mean, you made the bad decision, something like that. What that kind of thoughts were there during the preparation, or you were okay, like you made the decision and then you prepared for 5 months, or you were having the recurring thoughts कि यार कहीं मैंने गलत डिसीजन तो नहीं ले लिया, ऐसा कुछ चल रहा था क्या?
हाँ बहुत चल रहा था. Because at that point only the exam was announced. Even this wasn't sure that courses would be accepting it or not. So I did have a lot of doubts, but I think what I decided was that CS is the my preparation in CS, it might have been good, but it's very competitive. And DA at the same time, this is the first time so not a lot of people will be giving the exam. So I would have an edge if I prepare seriously. And that, whether the gate is announcing an exam, they will make sure that they at least make it eligible for some of their courses. most obvious being the MTech AI courses in
Right.
ISC. So hoping ki if I do well, those are the courses I was targeting anyway. So they should be accepting it, and I'm going on that faith कि ऐसा हो जाता, and
Hmm.
did work out. So I'm glad that I stuck with it. Although there were doubts, like you said, you're right. It was difficult.
Right, right, right. I understood. Yes, it is very obvious to, have those thoughts because it was very first time. That is the main reason. कि यार पता नहीं एग्जाम कैसा है, क्या पता नहीं ये लोग पढ़ा रहे हैं उसी से आ जाएगा या कुछ और आ जाएगा, मतलब कुछ पता नहीं होता है ना तो।
Exactly.
राइट, इवन इवन नॉट जस्ट यू, आई मीन किसी को नहीं पता, लाइक एज ए टीचर ऑल्सो वी डोंट नो। मतलब मुझे पता है कि मैं अब फॉर एग्जांपल मेरे आईसी के फ्रेंड से अगर मैं किसी से डिस्कस कर रहा हूँ तो वो मुझसे पूछ रहे हैं कि यार कैसा आ सकता है। मैंने कहा कि यार मुझे कैसे पता होगा कि कैसा आ सकता है, मतलब कुछ भी नहीं पता मतलब इस एग्जाम के बारे में। बट हाँ, अभी तो हम लोगों को आइडिया लग गया जिस हिसाब से उन्होंने इस साल का एग्जाम दिया, लास्ट ईयर उन्होंने सैंपल पेपर भी दिया। इट इज लाइक दे आर नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग टू मच, मतलब the focus of this exam is not to not to ask a student to do research in machine learning or not to ask students to become pro in machine learning. What they are making sure, I think, this is my personal opinion, what they're making sure is that if a student is coming to MTech AI course, then he is very much eligible to adopt that course. It should not be the spoon feeding that they should not be doing. Basically, what I understand from the objective of this gate DA is that they want a student to have a kick start in MTech AI. So whenever a student is joining MTech AI, he should be good enough to understand the basics of machine learning so that they can teach him. I mean, they should not be teaching, very basics. It should not be should not be the case that even the definition of the machine learning is very new to them. It should not be the case. It should be a kick start to the program. I think this is the objective of this examination.
Yeah, felt that. I think like आपने एक चीज बोली से मुझे याद आया कि when like the sample paper helped to get a feel for what might come, but also the uncertainty around the exam around में जब exam paper खुला था तो instead of solving questions मैं पहले तो सारे questions देख रहा था कि कैसे कैसे आ रहा है, मतलब देख के ऐसा लग रहा है कि मुझे आता है कि
हाँ।
वो तो
अच्छा, अच्छा, आपने मतलब एग्जाम में पहले देखे सारे क्वेश्चंस, मतलब
बस सारे नहीं,
ओवरलुक। हाँ,
सारे नहीं,
थोड़े।
मतलब मैंने वो एप्टीट्यूड का सेक्शन स्किप करके मैं बस आई वेंट टू द टेक्निकल सेक्शन, जस्ट सॉ लाइक द फर्स्ट 10 क्वेश्चंस टू सी कि कैसा लग रहा है, डू आई फील कि माय प्रिपरेशन हैज बीन कंप्लीटली इन द रॉन्ग डायरेक्शन या आई फील गुड, एंड इट फेल्ट गुड, तो आई वाज ओके आई कैन नाउ स्टार्ट द पेपर, सो
Okay,
या
okay, understood. Okay, got it, got it. So, I think I have asked most of the things, and you pretty much answered all of the things in very, articulated way. But just, explicitly, since you already covered, but explicitly, I want to ask you that what was your experience with Go classes? That okay, in those 4 5 months, how much we were able to help? For example, any lecture that you watched, were you thinking that okay, I mean, you made a bad decision to join Go classes, or you should have joined any other coaching or something like that? I mean, what was your complete experience with Go classes? So, I mean, a little bit we have already covered, but I want to have this as an explicit question.
yeah. So I felt as I said, when I enrolled for the DA course, that was my first interaction with pro classes. I had enrolled for yes course as well. So from there, I knew that if you are do covering any material, um, it will be doing justice to it. So I had my faith when I enrolled for the course that yeah, I'll be getting quality stuff. And even during the preparation, I felt like the lectures. The best part is the one thing I really like is since the coaching is online, all the materials available. मैं अपने schedule के हिसाब से, comfort के हिसाब से I can access the materials. Everything is online. The course material, the weekly quizzes. So that's something I really appreciate. And you also have Telegram and WhatsApp channels where you can discuss stuff. So there's a community. ऐसे आप बात करो, उससे बात कर सकते हो. You get a sense of if you're struggling with something, you can see that it's not easy. Everyone is struggling. Don't feel alone. मतलब एक जो लगता है कि online preparation कुछ
हाँ.
तो this journey is something we all take by our own selves. But whatever support is feasible and possible, I feel like the team is always there. So I'm very grateful for it.
Okay, thank you so much, Aditya, for your lovely feedback. Thank you so much. Okay. So, is there anything that you think that you like to share, and I have not, covered anything that you like to share with the aspirants? Because since especially it is machine learning, so people get to fear, and there are many people who are, beginner. I mean, they have not got exposed to the machine learning just like you, but still you achieve top rank in just so short time. So, any message you want to give to aspirants?
Um, So I would say that not that I have extensive experience in machine learning myself. Like, I have prepared for the course, and I mean, I feel I have done it very theoretically, but I didn't have the time to really go into the practicalities of it, or of machine learning work per se. Uh, but I would say that if people are interested, definitely trying for it would be worthwhile. Like seeing that's how I also approached it. I felt like I might be interested, and then I went into it, and it felt like something I might give a shot. So I would say कि ऐसा कुछ मतलब it's not a very committal thing. People can try it out if they want, and if they do, it'll be challenging. The math is challenging in the beginning. That is a part of the curriculum. And this time, maybe, if they take the help of goclasses, it'll probably be easier than the last time because of the timelines are to teach things. So it'll be simpler. But that's part of the curriculum, and आगे हमें expect भी करना है. The career, especially machine learning research side, will involve a lot of money. So challenging होगा, but I feel, given the right kind of help, we can sort of manage and do well.
Okay, okay, yes, yes, right. Actually, we will be covering the course with the many examples, and yes, it will be mathematically heavy, but it will be interesting. That challenging होगा, as you mentioned, because we can't say कि हाँ मतलब आप ऐसे ही कर लोगे मतलब it's not it's the success can't be achieved by just not doing anything obviously. So there will be hard work, but it is at the end of the day it is really very much worth, I think. Yeah. So. Some of the students are actually Aditya get confused, between gate CSE and gate DA. Most of the time, like we also get the queries from the students, and they are biased. I mean, some students are biased towards CSE, some students are biased towards DA, but still they're confused. I mean, due to the reason that okay, gate DA is new. That's why they are little afraid to enter into gate DA. And one other reason to enter into Gate DA is that there are lesser opportunities compared to Gate CSE. I mean, obviously, a Gate CSE is a very old examination. So, what do you suggest for those confused students? I mean, those are confused between the CSE and Gate DA. My main question is that, like, how they can decide, or let's suppose for Gate DA, if I ask you that, how they can decide that this should go for Gate DA primarily, and yeah, they may fill Gate CSE form, they can attempt it, but yeah, primarily they should focus on Gate DA. How they can make this decision in their mind?
I think it's a valid question, sir, because like you said, कि CSE has more opportunities, but actually surprisingly, DA के लिए जो I had actually estimated कि only ISC will be offering tech program this year. A lot of other IITs have come up and launched, their own courses, and they've made them eligible for KDA this year itself. So it feels like there's a push for that. कि, अगले साल तो हम assuming और भी जगह courses भी launch होंगे, and they will be increasing opportunities for KDA. So applicants, if they're considering about opportunities, they should, I feel, rest assured कि अगर गेट कोई पेपर लॉन्च कर रहा है, it's with a plan in mind कि they want to give a push to a certain field. So courses भी होंगे. Um, Apart from that, I think it's also a choice between, DA feels a more committal move कि you're moving towards AI and ML. Like then your education and your goal will be towards AI ML. And CS feels like it still offers you this. If you want, you can specialize in AI ML. If you don't, there are other paths to. Like, I'm not best suited to comment on that. But I understand कि वो doubt है, but I feel if an aspirant is fairly certain कि उनको आगे DA में they want to maybe pursue AI ML, then DA is a good choice. And that was my line of thinking कि I was pretty sure कि I would want to pursue a course in AI ML. So it felt like DA के लिए जब मैं prepare कर रहा हूँ, I felt like I was contributing towards my preparation in college or MTech, because what I'm studying will already be helping in what I'm going to be studying further. So if candidates are certain, वो idea कि AI करना है कि नहीं, तो it should help because आप BA में जो पढ़ोगे वो कॉलेज में help करेगा directly. So that's how I saw it.
Okay, okay, understood. Got it, got it. Yes, actually, yeah, it is actually common confusion to most of the experience. I will also like to add one thing here is that uh, yeah, there are, as you said, there are yeah, comparatively lesser opportunities, but if you are sure that you want to, you know, do something in machine learning, then I think Gate DA is a very good choice. And the good thing about the Gate DA is that, let's suppose by chance you don't get the top rank. Okay, I mean, you prepare hard, but by chance you don't get the top rank. The good thing about it is that you still have many great opportunities in the IT sector, which means you can directly apply for the jobs, machine learning jobs, and they will consider you because you have a good knowledge. Yeah, it is up to that, will you be getting the interview call or not. But once you get the interview call, I'm 100% sure you will be having very much edge compared to other candidates, because your basics are very strong. I mean, if like if I compare, any other fresher job with any other fresher job candidate with Gate D aspirant, then I'm sure that Gate D aspirant must be having much higher knowledge than any other fresher in machine learning fresher who directly joined after BTech. I mean, on average, I'm telling. Obviously, there are exceptions. Obviously, I'm not talking about them, but on average, I'm saying that the Gate D aspirant must be having, because the syllabus is very well structured. Like they have, in the Gate DA syllabus, they have everything that is there in machine learning. So that's why it is a, a kick start for the machine learning journey. So if you're sure that you want to go for the machine learning in future, then I think Gate DA is for you. If you get it, it's good. If you don't get it, you have very good chance to apply in any other in the private sector in many companies. And once you get the interview call, you will be selected. Actually, there is very less chance that you don't get selected, because you already know the basics of machine learning, that too in very much depth. Yeah, so it's like a win-win situation. I mean, if you get it, it's a win. Obviously, just like you got top rank, so now you will be going to top college. So just like you, I mean, if you get it, it's a win situation. If you don't get it, still it's a win situation. You will be getting many. I mean, once you get the interview call, you will be getting a very good chance. I mean, a very high probability to get into that company, because you have your basics very strong for machine learning.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Aditya, what is your now plan? Will you be going for IISc, or maybe some other IIT who has offered using Gate DA? So, what is your plan, future plan?
So I'm living in Bangalore, so I was hoping कि IISc Bangalore, when I started the preparation, that was the place I wanted to go, where MTech AI course specifically. Um, they have a written test that's coming up. Although it's a good rank, but it's a very competitive program. They only have 44 seats. A lot of disciplines can apply, like 4 disciplines, including GATE TA can apply for the GATE papers. So my plan is to prepare well for that, make sure I get it. If not, then there's also other places, IIT Madras, I think, like, who are also offering a. So hoping to convert one of these, maybe then
Right.
pursue Tech AI.
Right. Actually, IIT Madras and IISc both are equivalent. So you get any of them, it won't be, it won't be a. It's not like that. Okay, if you are hoping for, let's suppose, IISc, and I wish that you get IISc, but let's suppose by chance you don't get. Okay, I mean, in worst case, like I'm just telling you, then it won't be any loss for you because IIT Madras is as good as IISc, and vice versa also.
I have
So
no doubts about that. So it's just I live in Bangalore, which is our preference, but IIT Madras, I mean, it's an excellent college. It will
right.
be my privilege if I do it.
Right. So, in ISC, as you said, like there are multiple disciplinary branches which will be, they will be considering for MTech AI. But I think they will also give a very good weightage. I think 70% weightage for the gate score. And I'm almost sure that there is no way that your admission won't be processed in ISC. I mean, it should be 100%. It should be there that they should take your enrollment, even if you do very bad in the exam. But I really wish that you do very good in the examination, and definitely you will be getting ISC MTech AI. Like I'm almost sure about it. So best wishes for that also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Aditya, for taking time and discussing with me, because it was too much on the demand that okay, when I'm taking or when we are taking the Aditya interview, because many gate aspirant, especially those who are enrolled in go classes, gate DA course, they were very much interested to know your journey, your background, how you approach this examination, what was your thought process during the preparation, that okay, should I stop the preparation or should I continue the preparation, what was your confidence level, and when you were attempting the weekly quizzes, how much marks you were getting, you were focusing on the marks, or you were more focusing on the analysis. These things, like many aspirants actually messaged us that okay, when are we going to take a gate DA toppers interview. So thank you so much for joining, and it is really nice having the conversation with you. I hope that this conversation will help many aspirants.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Aditya. Thank you. Just one last question. So after the MTech, will you be trying for the PhD, or you will be trying for the IT job like Amazon Applied Scientist or any other like Google or something like that?
So, I'm not sure about that actually, because, like I said, I don't have a lot of background, so I don't know. I have kept both options open because if while in IIC the environment is a very something appeals to me and something really catches me, pulls me towards, because PhD needs that you are really
Right.
invested in the topic. So if that happens, then I would want to pursue that for sure. But right now, I'm just trying to, do my own preparation, make sure I'm well prepared for the course, do the course well, so that at the end of the day, I have a choice to make between. But I haven't decided as of.
Okay. Yeah. It is something that even you, I mean, most of the people should not even think at this point in time, because later on, whatever you might be thinking later on might be changing. So maybe you are thinking for the job later on. Once you get enrolled into the top college, then maybe your thought process might be like, okay, let's do some more thing in the in as a part of the research, or maybe your thought process might be like, okay, let's join some company, maybe because of the financial reason, or maybe you want to work for the company, so there could be any reason. Yeah, I was just asking whether you have thought about it or you have not thought about it. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Aditya. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.